Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen, again with some lawsuit updates on the Crytek v Star Citizen Cloud Imperium case. Cloud Imperium suggests that Crytek have not necessarily been sincere in their settlement talks and have been delaying and unprepared. Now Cloud Imperium are opposing Crytek's request for an extension of time to respond to the proposed $2.2 million bond. Cloud Imperium's attorneys have responded to Crytek's attorney's request for an extension in time to respond to a proposed $2.2 million holding bond that would be taken from Crytek and then potentially used to pay Cloud Imperium's court and legal fees should Crytek lose, which is very possible at the moment. Previously, Crytek had said it's because they were in settlement talks with Cloud Imperium and assumed that both parties would want an extension to those talks before the court had decided exactly what was going to happen with the bond. It appears, however, that Cloud Imperium have responded in a different way. I'll summarise where possible, but I will read a lot of this word for word from CIG's opposition to Crytek's application. Cloud Imperium Games opposes Crytek's pending application. Crytek shows no emergency, let alone one not of its own creation, that warrants the requested relief. Crytek has enigmatically avoided the meaningful settlement talks it promised that induced Cloud Imperium Games to agree to the last lengthy extension. Crytek squandered the time without engaging in meaningful settlement talks or preparing its opposition. Crytek then waited until the last business day before its opposition was due on Friday afternoon before Memorial Day weekend to file its application. This would mean, I believe, if the extension is not given, that the court would consider the $2.2 million bond without protest from Crytek. Cloud Imperium's attorneys go on to then paint a picture of Crytek attempting to stall, delay, and not act in a way conducive to a settlement. Crytek filed the original action on the 12th of December 2017. That's when the whole Crytek v Star Citizen CIG thing started. Crytek moved successfully to dismiss several of the most material claims asserted in Crytek's first and second amended complaints. On March 29th, 2019, CIG filed the bond motion seeking an order requiring Crytek, a foreign plaintiff, to deposit an undertaking to secure the award of attorney's fees and costs that CIG expects to obtain as the prevailing party in this action. CIG filed the motion largely due to concerns that Crytek's deteriorating financial condition will render Crytek judgment proof. So unable to pay, effectively. On April 4th, the parties stipulated to Crytek's request to postpone the hearing to the 28th of June, making Crytek's opposition due 28th of May 2019 and CIG's reply the 7th of June. While CIG had pushed Crytek to agree to a tighter schedule, Crytek induced CIG to agree to the more relaxed schedule by promising that Crytek would use the extra time to engage in meaningful settlement talks, which would include Crytek making a definitive settlement proposal. It was not until the 15th of May, 40 days after CIG filed the bond motion and less than 2 weeks before the opposition deadline, that Crytek's CEO made himself available for a settlement call with CIG's co-founder and general counsel. Crytek, however, only talked in generalities and refused to make a concrete settlement demand. Instead, they insisted that the parties agree to meet in person in a few weeks to continue their discussions. A week after the call and just 7 days before Crytek's opposition was due, Crytek's counsel emailed CIG's counsel to confirm the parties plan to meet in person and propose a 45-day extension of the briefing schedule. CIG's counsel promptly responded that we would be happy to work out a reasonable adjustment to the schedule, but only if Crytek first honoured its commitment by making a definitive counter showing even the potential for settlement discussions. Crytek's counsel did not reply. Instead, on the 24th of May, Crytek sent Cloud Imperium an email threatening that unless Cloud Imperium agreed to an extension, settlement discussions were over. In response, they reiterated that Cloud Imperium would be happy to extend the deadline, but not without a settlement position from Crytek. On the 24th of May, Crytek filed the pending ex-parte application for a 2.5-week extension of its opposition deadline. The application arrived at 4:17 p.m. on Friday before Memorial Day weekend, the last business day before the deadline. Judge Gee promptly entered the order, continuing Crytek's opposition deadline to the 7th of June and CIG's reply deadline to the 14th. The court gave CIG until the close of business, May 28th, to oppose Crytek's application. Cloud Imperium's attorneys go on to say that Crytek has not met the high burden for ex parte relief. Basically, the application was made an ex parte one, meaning it could be made without the other party being present, straight to the court. However, Cloud Imperium argue that Crytek fails to explain why it did not use those 60 days preceding the deadline to prepare its opposition papers. Crytek certainly was not using the time to prepare for or engage in meaningful settlement talks that Crytek had promised. It took Crytek 40 days for its CEO to make itself available for an initial settlement call, and on that call, the CEO was not prepared to discuss anything concrete. Crytek abused the first extension, and the court should not reward its lack of diligence by granting Crytek even more time. Any crisis is entirely of Crytek's own making. Crytek argues that it moved promptly and expeditiously for an extension. In fact, Crytek waited until the 21st of May, 53 days after Cloud Imperium Games filed the bond motion, and just a week before Crytek's opposition was due, to ask Cloud Imperium whether it would agree to a second extension, when Cloud Imperium said it would do only if Crytek makes a definitive proposal. Crytek then waited another 3 weeks to file the application. There was nothing prompt or expeditious about Crytek's request. Crytek claims that it understood, based on the parties' ongoing discussions, that defendants would agree to this extension to facilitate settlement talks. But Crytek does not and cannot state what CIG said or did that left Crytek with that impression. Indeed, Cloud Imperium Games made clear in writing that it was not willing to delay adjudication of the bond motion unless Crytek made a settlement demand. There is a risk that Crytek will leave Cloud Imperium Games holding a bag for its costs, and the attorney fees increases each day that passes without a security bond, further delaying adjudication of the bond motion, especially given Crytek's demonstrated refusal to engage in meaningful settlement talks, will indeed prejudice CIG. Cloud Imperium Games then basically just confirmed that they want to have the court deny Crytek's application. So it appears that Cloud Imperium are twisting the knife when it comes to this bond, which is a great form of leverage in any settlement, and we can clearly see that it's Cloud Imperium saying, at least here, they're asking Crytek for a settlement position, something which Crytek up to now, at least, has been unwilling to give for some reason. Maybe they will now, who knows. It appears we will find out more potentially between the 14th and 28th of June. This is when the court has set time to look at those motions, and hopefully by the 28th of June, we will see what they've decided about the bond motion. Because even if Crytek did not put in an objection or opposition to the actual bond in detail, then it's possible that the court still might not grant it, although I think it's quite likely looking at similar cases. Whatever your thoughts, it's certainly an interesting one, at least to me. I quite like following legal cases, and when it's on my sort of like given subject of Star Citizen, I will make much more of an effort to follow them. Please feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Please remain civil though. I know this sort of subject can be polarizing, or you can sort of like, some people will lash out and go, well, screw them, take them for their worth. It's not that sort of thing. It's just an unfortunate state of affairs, in my opinion. Obviously, some people have decided to push a case on Star Citizen and Cloud Imperium that I don't feel was appropriate or a good thing to do, but it's not the whole of Crytek's fault. At least that's my opinion on that. I will link the full source of legal documents about this case down below if you wish to read more. They will be updated there as well as the case continues, and I will do update videos if there's any more big tangible information. Every month we have a ship giveaway on the channel for May 2019. It's for another Drake Corsair exploration ship, donated in the name of the People's Radio. They are a 24/7 radio station providing music in the Verse News and in Law commercials, and are operated by the People's Alliance of Levski. To be in for a chance of winning that ship, be subscribed to my YouTube channel and comment on any of my videos made during the month. Links to the People's Radio and more information on the giveaway in the description below. If you are looking for a gaming PC or to upgrade, then instead consider Shadow Cloud gaming PCs, which leverage your internet connection and a data center to turn any device, your old PC, a phone, a tablet, a laptop, whatever, into a powerful Windows 10 gaming environment. It's subscription based, so won't break the bank, and is a fantastic alternative to buying your own PC. If you are looking for a VPN, then I use NordVPN as well. It's mega cheap, allows me to upload, play games, browse with more security and privacy than I would otherwise have. For both of those, links are below, and use the code BoredGamer to receive a discount on either. BoredGamer is supported by its community via Patreon, the YouTube join button, Subscribestar, Twitch, direct donations, people throwing ships at me. A massive thank you to everyone that goes the extra mile to support me. It genuinely does help. Just like everything else, links are below for people that would like to get involved with that as well. But if you want to give feedback, there are details there that you can get onto my Discord, discord.gg/BoredGamer, or contact@boredgamer.co.uk if you want to send me an email. Just get in contact, give me feedback. Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you.